There's this lie that just destroys ambitious people. And here's the thing, it's not a lie you tell someone, it's a lie you live. And it might just be the very reason your life feels, well, completely stuck.
Yeah, it's a lie that just silently, drains your motivation and poisons your entire future. And it all starts with this feeling. You know, the one I'm talking about, the sense that your life isn't really yours. It's that feeling of just going through the motions like you're playing a part in a play you never even auditioned for.
Does your life ever feel like that? Like a performance? Like you're up on stage, just delivering lines somebody else wrote to an audience you're not even sure is paying attention?
So, are you following a script you don't really believe in? Chasing goals that aren't actually yours? Look, this isn't just about having a bad day at the office. We're talking about the entire trajectory of your life here. Your career path, your relationships, your biggest ambitions. What if it's all built on a foundation that isn't really you?
I mean, think about it. Maybe you go to engineering school because your parents wanted you to. You end up working completely at odds with what you actually want. And pretty soon, you find yourself unmotivated, maybe even failing. It's because your soul is rejecting the tyranny of your own will. That burnout you feel, that lack of motivation, that's not a weakness. No, it's a rebellion. It's your own soul pushing back. Now, this internal conflict, this whole feeling of being an actor in your own life, it's not some new modern problem. In fact, there's a timeless diagnosis for it. And a pretty controversial book provides what is basically a psychological mirror for this exact struggle. And trust me, it's not about the past. It's about you. The evidence we're looking at comes from Dr. Jordan B. Peterson's 12 Rules for Life. But just to be clear, this isn't a book summary. We're not doing a chapter-by-chapter breakdown. We're going to use it to pull out one single, incredibly powerful idea that explains this whole phenomenon of living an inauthentic life. So let's get to it. What is this lie you live by? What is this one idea that explains everything? Okay, the book gives it a name, the life lie. And this idea is, well, it's profound. It's a foundational untruth that you act out rather than speak. It's not about telling lies to other people, it's about embodying a lie yourself. It's when you pursue a goal or an identity that completely contradicts your true self. It's the decision to live as someone you are not, chasing something your deepest self absolutely rejects. And that's the key right there. Most lies are acted out rather than told. The really damaging ones? They're buried in our actions. They're in the little daily choices that just take us further and further away from who we really are. It's that career you keep staying in, the important words you don't say, the path you just keep walking down even though you know it's wrong. And the book has this incredible metaphor for it. It says the life lie produces the same effect on the world that a single drop of sewage produces in even the largest crystal magnum of champagne. Think about that. It seems so small at first, right? Just one little compromise. But its effect, it just spreads and it taints everything it touches. And it gets worse. Lies corrupt the world. And as the book says, worse. That is their intent. So living this way doesn't just mess you up. It actually introduces a kind of poison, a corruption into the world around you. Because you're presenting a false reality to everyone you meet. It's a distortion of reality itself. Okay, so that's the big idea, but how does this actually show up in your world? What's the price of this untruth? Let's get really practical here. How can you actually spot the life lie in your own life? All right, let's talk about your career. In your career, the life lie shows up as burnout, as a chronic, deep lack of motivation. It's that feeling of just unshakable exhaustion. It's what happens when you sacrifice the future for what's easy in the present, pursuing a path your own soul is rejecting. You're literally working against yourself, and that internal battle, man, it's just draining. Okay, what about in your relationships? Here, the life lie manifests as resentment. See, when you have something important to say, silence is a lie. And every single time you avoid a necessary conflict, every time you swallow your words just to keep some kind of false peace, you are poisoning that connection. Resentment just builds and builds in the space where the truth should have been. All right, so if that's the problem, what's the solution? How do you actually stop performing and start living your truth? Well, the book lays out a pretty clear path forward. It really comes down to 2 steps to reclaim your truth.
Step 1, consult your resentment. That feeling, it's not just negativity, it's a revelatory emotion. It's a compass. It means one of two things. Either you're being immature and need to grow up, or there is genuine tyranny afoot and you have a moral obligation to speak up. And step 2, tell the truth. Or, hey, at the very least, just don't lie. Start small, practicing only things that your internal voice doesn't object to. That practice alone will start to recalibrate your entire way of being.
You see, the goal is to say what you mean so you can find out what you mean. It's not about having it all figured out. It's a process of discovery. Then you act out what you say so you can find out what happens. And then you just pay attention. You watch, you learn, and you adjust. And this is what makes it so powerful. To stand up physically also implies and invokes and demands standing up metaphysically. This isn't just some mental trick. Adopting a truthful stance is a full-bodied commitment. It's you choosing to voluntarily accept the awesome responsibility of being, to face reality head-on instead of hiding behind a lie. Because in the end, the most dangerous lies, they aren't told. They're lived. The greatest threat to a good life isn't the lie you tell other people. It's the lie you tell yourself every single day with your actions. So the real question is, what lie are you living? And what truth are you finally ready to speak?